Hey everyone, welcome in. Thanks for joining me today, Brandon, Orlando. Today I'm coming to you from SeaWorld's Aquatica water park. Talk a little bit about Aquatica, what makes it good, what makes it bad, and all of that good stuff. Appreciate you watching the video as try to talk over this Jimmy Buffett song so I don't get copyrighted. Now, if you've not been to any water parks in Orlando, I will say I think Aquatica is my favorite water park. The amount of attractions, the size and scope of this water park makes it, to me, a little bit better than the Disney water parks. I think it's a better value, especially if you're just trying to buy a one-day ticket. You can get one-day tickets here relatively inexpensively, and Disney is around $75. And one tip for you is if you go on Groupon, many times Aquatica will have listings on Groupon for one-day tickets. Now, I do have an annual pass to SeaWorld that includes Aquatica. I have a premier pass for SeaWorld that includes Aquatica and premier parking every park. This is our second time so far this early spring summer season to come to Aquatica, and both times have been great so far. Today is way more chill than last time we came. Last time we came was during spring break, and it was busy, boys. Super busy. Today is pretty chill. Another interesting note of Aquatica, which I don't ever notice because I have parking included with my pass. It is $35 to park here, which I think is a little high. I mean, that's what it costs to park at Magic Kingdom, to give you an idea. So keep that in mind if you're making a budget, that it is $35 to park here. I believe my annual pass is like $22 a month for their best pass, so it's a great value. Definitely something to look into if you plan on coming to SeaWorld and Aquatica for a few days. Many times though, SeaWorld especially will offer deals where the annual pass isn't that much more expensive than just a one day. So check it out before you decide, make your best decision. That's the Lazy River, I believe. And that's pretty cool. Check that out. Roa's Rapids. Looks like they have, I don't know if you get floats or not, or you have to do a life vest. Let's take a look. Weeks, pronounced your guest under all in hand. Tubes are not permitted. Huh. Oh, do you have to wear a life vest? I can't really tell. I think you have to have a life vest, but it's fine. But what I do like about this water park is the amount of dining and drink options. It seems like every block or so, like in terms of distance, there's another stand selling food, drinks, non-alcoholic, alcoholic beverages, etc. So, pretty cool. I think it does beat the Disney water parks in terms of size, complete number of attractions. I mean, this place is pretty huge. Michelle and I were kind of talking about this earlier, that the crowd levels today are super light, but I think it's probably about the same amount of people as Blizzard Beach. Are they all wearing life vests? Yes. No. You do not have to wear a life vest in there. Good enough. But see, like we just walked about a block and we've already got another bar. We've got grab and go food, and literally just passed a bunch of other foods. So there's plenty of choices here. One knock on this water park to me is overall pricing for food and drinks. I think it's a little high when you compare it to Disney. But this will be a great overview for you here. That's the size of this resort. Pretty large. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Has 14 attractions, which I think is awesome. And again, tons of dining and food options. Here's a list of all your dining choices. Something for everybody. Everything from, your typical theme park fare, your burgers and chicken fingers, pizza, pulled pork, Italian ice, garlic knots, and then of course all of your different beverage items, icy frozen drinks, beer, full liquor selection. They have 3 full bars, but they have beer stands and other drink options available as well. I will say that, again, the drinks are on the high side for me. I got a beer and a mixed drink, and it was around $30, so keep that in mind. And all of these bars have the same drink menu. You have your Orlando Vice, which is a mix of pina colada and strawberry, and some other frozen concoctions. And then down below you see they always want to sell you the souvenir cup with refills being slightly cheaper than the original price. But I just think that's interesting. That's not typical theme park food. Pork dumplings for sure. But plenty of covered areas to eat, as you see. Not sure if they allow video on the attractions. Haven't really tried to. Didn't even bring my GoPro today. But I'm not sure. But you see, some of these water slides are just really massive. See that one up there? That's probably 8 stories tall, 10 stories tall. And they have a children's lazy river type situation, splash pad, a bunch of water slides for the real littles. They have a wave pool, but today it's closed for whatever reason. So they have kind of a 2-pool situation. One is a wave pool, one is just a standard pool. And the wave pool today is closed, but the other pool is open. That's why all the empty chairs over here, this area is actually closed today. But I'll walk up and show you the wave pool. This is the main beach area. It is sand. And they do a good job too, I've noticed here, a little bit better than Disney, of putting water on most of the concrete so you don't burn your feeties. I do recommend water shoes, if you know what those are, or water socks sometimes people call them. I do recommend those, but I'm walking barefoot and it's just fine. But you see some of the intricate layouts here, these water slides. Some of them are obviously more extreme than others. And this is what's closed today. It's Big Surf Shores. That's your wave pool. It's not a traditional, like if you think about Typhoon Lagoon, you have basically one giant wave comes every, 15 minutes or so. When they activate the wave function on this pool, it's pretty much choppy, like consistent chop and surf, if that makes sense. It's 87 degrees today. This will give you a great view of crowds. Very light crowds today. So you see here, Big Surf's closed. Please use the Cutback Cove, which is right next door to the pool. They do offer a quick queue system here that you can buy or add on. And they are, I believe Michelle found it on Groupon for an additional $30. Today, I wouldn't recommend using it because even the big attractions, we're not seeing a big queue at all. So on your busier days, for sure, maybe think about it. But I'm not sure today would be a wise investment. Other thing we discovered, they do have cabanas available for rent and reasonable cost. To give you an idea, I believe Typhoon Lagoon is $350. Here you can get a cabana for $59, and it does include locker rental. And why I mention that is because we looked at getting a locker our last visit, and we did. It was $20 just for the locker, but for $59 you can get a cabana that includes a locked locker. Because I know I have a bunch of stuff I wouldn't like to get stolen, and I like lockers, but for $20 to me that seems a bit aggressive. This, I'm not sure the name of this. It's called, let's walk over and I'll show you the name. The Core. Take a quick little walk and take a peek. This is Carry Curl. As you see, it's got a little automated system to get the rafts to the top. Looks like up to 5 people. And you go down the slide, but that's considered an e-ticket attraction. To buy a fast pass for that, I believe it's $30, and you can only do it one time. But standby today is very mild, so like I think that'd be, your money could be best used elsewhere. For little kids, there's life jackets everywhere aplenty, or for adults that are not a strong swimmer, life jackets pretty much everywhere you look. They're available, they're free. So I think obviously safety's great. And they do have quite a bit of lifeguards on duty. I will say I don't feel like there's as many lifeguards here as some of the Disney water parks, but I do see quite a bit of lifeguards. But overall impressions of Aquatica, I think it is the best water park in Orlando. And I think it offers a really great value. If you're looking to take a family to a water park, I don't think you can do much better. I think it's a better value than the Disney water parks currently. There is another water park in Kissimmee on 192 called Island H2O. I've not been there, so I'm not going to tell you it's worth it or not, but I know it stays busy, so it must be decent. All right, so overall review of Aquatica. Again, I rank it as the best water park in Orlando with value and the amount of attractions. The only place that I mark it off for is that a lot of the add-ons are to me overpriced. It's almost like they want to get you in here and they offer cheap admission, but then they really try to get you on food, drinks, and lockers and all the extra stuff. So overall recommendation, I would definitely come. One-day ticket, reasonable price. But again, if you're going to be in the area for multiple days and you know you want to hit this park multiple days, that annual pass isn't that much more expensive than a one-day ticket. So those are my thoughts here. Also, it has a really cool water slide feature where you actually go through an aquarium. And if you just, I'll turn you around so you can see that. pretty cool, man. Pretty neat. Well, I think that's going to do it from SeaWorld's Aquatica water park today. Thanks for joining me. I'm glad you did. Appreciate you checking out the channel. If you like what you saw today, make sure you hit like and subscribe if you hated what you saw today. Blame the $30 round of drinks. As always, folks, keep the parks